the architects, the sculptors. These are released in plastic. If we pick up the names of the painters who painted here stories of the life of the saints, monochrome images of the Old Testament, and this plenty of decoration. None of these people would rank in the upper, on the headlights of l'artista. Funziano, Neschia, Guerra, Testa, Briggs, but all together they left one of the most astonishing examples of this stuff, of the late Renaissance. The walls. What can I say? The thing which gives us here the biggest impression are these maps. Now don't you forget, 1570s. The only equipment that these geographers had was compass and trigonometric calculations and patience. But these maps are considered by experts the first real scientifically intended geographic atlas. These maps have all their measures, their scales, so you can define the length of the rivers, the distance between the cities. Wherever there is a major city, there is a map of the sea that looks like parchment painted on the wall. On the sea there are boats and the ships, and it's wherever there is an historical event. Here, by the Rubicon River, the troops of Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon, and the words Iacta est Thalia, the dice is cast. So I mean, it's an encyclopedia. On the right hand side you have the western and northern regions of Italy. On the left hand side, the south and the west. Alessio now wants to give you, usually this is good, but he wants you to see it. So, have a look. Overlooking the gardens of the Vatican, you have to rotate if you want to take a picture. And while you take a picture, give a look on the left-hand side, because on the left-hand side, from this fence, you see the Dome of St. Peter. And the Vatican Garden is another visit which is available with the Vatican Museums, 2 hours of walk through the gardens of the Vatican, at the top of which there is the antenna of the Vatican radio station, established in 1930s. But I would like also to show you that little building, brownish building with green shutters, which is on the left-hand side, lower than the tower of the antenna. There is a little building, 1980s, nothing extraordinary. It was a convent of nuns, wanted by Pope John Paul II. And that place has been, between 2013 and 2023, the home of the former Pope Benedict XVI. As you remember, Pope Benedict in 2013 resigned and decided to devote the rest of his life to prayer and meditation, and the place where he chose to go and live was the quiet and the silence of the Vatican Gardens, where he studied and meditated and prayed. And he spent there his last 10 years. Probably, I think, the happiest of it. Because he could do whatever he so was wanted to pray. And of the great Renaissance, but also the concept. Renaissance is not only a craft or Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci. Renaissance to the old church. The old church of St. Peter. That palace was sort of a tower, In between the palace and the old church, a Pope, Sixteenth IV, but that's a story I'll tell you later, built the court chapel, the Sistine Chapel. Then another Pope built the Belvedere Palace. Another Pope added these corridors, these galleries, on one side. Then on the other side, then the great courtyard in the middle was divided in sections. Then another wing was added to overlook the newly built Church of St. Peter, which is where the Pope gives his blessings now, overlooking the square. So the palace became what it is today. At the entrance of the gallery, the two maps of Italy. To the right, ancient Italy, with the names written in Latin. To the left, New Italy, with the names written in Italian. At the entrance, the two major seaports of Italy, Genoa, the city of Christopher Columbus, and obviously Venice. Another of those miracles that I hope you have the chance to visit. And now we are in the old section of the palace. 15th century. So the popes started to fix their residence here around